Good idea. Good idea from Flight right here. You feel me? Five most
In
disturbing
September 2019,
diving videos, bro. I like shit with water, man. I like sharks and everything, bro. So I'm just curious what this video about to entail. You feel me? You should watch the highlights of the Cowboys versus Chiefs. All right, bet we can watch that after this.
40-year-old
Yeah, we can
Stephen
watch that
Weber
after this.
Jr. and his girlfriend Kanisha Antoine went on a vacation to Pemba Island.
I'm probably not gonna watch this whole video though. This is on 17 minutes. I'm gonna get this video like 10 minutes tops, bro.
Stephen had been dating Kanisha for a while by this point and had planned to propose to her during this trip. What neither of them knew, however, was that the happiest
Oh yeah! Oh, what's good, bro? My fault. I'm not looking at the Twitch chat all the time, bro. I be going back and forth because nobody be talking on the Twitch. So I be going on TikTok and looking at that chat, bro. But you still in the stream, bro. Good seeing you, dog. You killing me with this mug, but talking shit at the same time. Hey, man, you feel me? Just sipping my tea and talking, you know what I'm saying? Talking shit, bro. That's all it is, bro. Just sipping my tea and chilling, dog.
trip of their lives was about to turn
Sipping
into
and
an
kicking it.
irreversible tragedy. The groundwork for this tragedy was laid when the two arrived at the island and checked in to stay at the Manta Resort just off the coast. It had a nice, uninterrupted view of the ocean, as well as a roof area to relax and enjoy the tropical weather. However, the most important feature of this resort was the underwater room, which offered a 360-degree view of the marine life surrounding the resort.
That's
This
tough.
room served as the whole idea behind how Stephen had planned to propose. He put on swimming goggles and dived down to one of the windows in this room, prompting Kanisha to begin recording. He then unrolled a paper note inside a Ziploc bag and pressed it against the window. It read, I can't hold my breath long enough to tell you everything I love about you, but everything I love about you, I love more every day. He then flipped the note, and on the other side was a marriage proposal for Kanisha, reading, Will you please be my wife?
Oh, it's so cute.
Bro, why I feel like something about to just pop up and grab him, bro. Don't lose the ring, bro. This laugh is crazy. This is a disturbing
He
part of the
also
video.
showed the wedding ring he brought for this occasion before swimming up to hear Kanisha's response. At this point, Kanisha stopped recording and rushed to the surface floor, eager to give her answer. But once she looked outside, instead of a smiling Stephen, she saw nothing. Stephen was nowhere to be seen. Kanisha climbed the roof, hoping he might have been up there. Unfortunately, there were no signs of Stephen anywhere.
No, Steven didn't make it back up. Bro, cause you know he probably went down deep for the windows, bro. Bro, they literally in the middle of the ocean and out of nowhere, bro. That was creative, but I'm not drowning for no shit like that. Nah, facts, bro. And that room is crazy though. If a shark came, I'm gonna die, bro. A shark might have got this dude. They dead ass in a deep blue sea. Like when you see blue streaks like this, y'all, you deep. Like you in that. You in there. You in there, bro. And this pathway right here, I learned this right here. Like this white line, y'all see? That's like when fishes be going on that trail, bro. And that attract a lot of sharks and whales and all that type of stuff, bro. That attract a lot with this stream of water right here, bro.
He had vanished somewhere between showing her the ring and swimming up to the surface. After understanding the full gravity of the situation, Kanisha called for help, with several locals rushing to her aid. Unfortunately, it took some time to find Stephen. He was floating in the water, and by that point, it was already too late. Some resort workers tried to revive him with CPR, however, it wasn't effective. Stephen had miscalculated how long he could hold his breath underwater and drowned before he could reach the surface. You can even see his hand shaking as he holds the ring near the end of the video, his body desperately telling him he needs air now.
All right, hold on, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. So if he ain't get eaten by a shark, he only drowned. Like, I'm sorry that happened, but dog, like, is it that deep to like really stay down underwater just to say, "Can you marry me?" Like, bro, go up real quick, get a breath of air, and then go back down again and ask the second question, bro. Like, if you know you can't breathe that long, why are you still down there, bro? Is that crazy? Steve got caught in the current. Oh, you think he got caught in the current? Like maybe he was trying to swim up, but he couldn't. Ah, bro, that's crazy. If he got caught in the current, that would be crazy.
But in an effort to get his point across and make the moment that much more special, he ignores this, and unfortunately pays the ultimate price.
That make more sense, bro. Cause I'm just thinking like he just drowned because he didn't know his own lung capacity. But if he got caught, like it do be reasons how you can get just like you can stay down, bro. Like the ocean was probably just sinking them down or moving. The water was moving and stuff, bro. He couldn't go swim back up, bro. That's scary, dog. That's crazy.
Mini Joe is a YouTube channel that occasionally posted travel videos up until 3 years ago. Most of these were typical travel vlogs showcasing the hosts of different expeditions around the world. However, out of the roughly 30 videos they've uploaded, one stands out for just how disturbing it is. This video contains a collection of footage Joe and his friends captured while doing technical dives in the Blue Hole in Dahab, Egypt, which is often considered the deadliest diving spot in the world. There are a few
Why go there then? The deadliest diving spot in the world. People just want to play with their lives,
conflicting
dog.
reports on the total number, but most people agree that somewhere between 130 and 200 divers have met their end while trying to reach its depths. That is an average of 8 lives lost per year, and unfortunately, the total is still going up. What's worse is that the remains of many victims are never recovered, which is exactly what made Mini Joe's video so unsettling. Their dive started off like any other, but as they descended deeper, they came across the tanks, lines, and suits of those who came before and never made it back. Some of the remains were wedged into narrow crevices on the ocean floor, hinting at what might have gone wrong for them. Most were also taken over by the environment, suggesting they might have been down there for years. Above all, these encounters served as a constant reminder of the true danger of technical diving. Divers often have to carry multiple heavy tanks before they can even begin the descent.
Right.
Then, once they're in the water, they have to constantly
Bro, how do you even swim with this, bro? Dude carrying about 3 to 4 tanks on him, bro. Like, if a shark or anything coming your way, bro, you're not maneuvering quick, bro. I guess this low key is protection though, cause say like something try to come and bite you on the side, they probably gonna bite the oxygen tank first. Like they probably won't even get a bite of your body for real, unless they hit your leg.
monitor their oxygen levels while also staying aware of their surroundings. Things only become more dangerous the deeper they dive, where even a moment's distraction can quickly turn fatal. However, all of this is true for any dive, regardless of the location. What makes the Dahab Blue Hole even more dangerous is the false sense of security it provides. Blue holes, for those who don't know, are like vertical caves in oceans that go a lot deeper than the surrounding ocean floor. And the one in Dahab, Egypt is an even more extreme version of that. One of the biggest contributors to its deadliness is its depth of about 426 feet, or around 130 meters, which isn't very apparent from the surface.
Bro, what?
It's also an almost vertical drop to the bottom. This catches many new divers off guard, causing them to miscalculate their gas levels and tragically become another name on the memorial near the diving site.
They got memorials on the diving site and people still jumping. Look how many names is out here, bro.
One of the most well-known cases of this is 22-year-old Yuri Lipsky, a Russian diving instructor with plenty of experience under his belt. However, he had no prior experience with the Dahab Blue Hole, resulting in it taking his life. The footage from his recovered diving camera showed him descending into the depths faster than expected, struggling to keep his gas levels in check, trying to quickly slow down his descent, causing the buoyancy device to burst, and eventually succumbing to nitrogen poisoning in just 4 minutes after starting his dive.
Bro,
However,
what?
the sheer depth is only one part of this blue hole's danger. As Mini Joe's video demonstrated, the other part of its lethality comes from the network of partially collapsed caves littered throughout the area. They promise incredible views and look like prime diving spots at first glance, but in all reality, they are deceptively difficult to navigate through.
I ain't gonna lie, like even stuff like this right here, bro, like how do you feel comfortable? Like I think I'm a little claustrophobic, I think. Cause like how you even feel comfortable going through like between like what is these reefs?
At
Like
first glance,
going through this
but
right
in all
here
real-
is crazy, bro. Like you can't even like maneuver and like try to back your way back out, bro. Like you dead ass gotta keep going forward, bro. You can't turn around for real. Like this is like, bro,
They are
that creep me out by
deceptively
itself.
difficult to
When you go to quickly try to get to the surface, if you go fast, your lungs can collapse. Fun fact. I seen that in the movie, bro. Oh, I seen that in the movie, bro. That was crazy. If you down far enough, yeah, bro. Like you gotta really take your time going back up to the surface. That's scary, bro. Like, bro, that's crazy. Like the water pressure can do that or whatever. However it worked, bro. Whatever science behind that, bro. It's crazy.
navigate through. Narrow passages and jagged rocks
That's just stupid. When you find a small spot, why would you go without thinking that bad, bro?
are
Bro,
everywhere.
I'm saying,
A
bro,
single
it's
mistake
crazy,
can
y'all.
leave a technical diver stuck in one of these caverns with no way out until their gas tanks inevitably run out. The terrain also makes recovery extremely difficult, and many families of the fallen often opt to just leave their loved ones down there so as not to endanger even more lives in recovery attempts. Which explains why Joe came across so many diving suits in his video.
Wow, that's
In July
crazy.
2016, a diver named Jacob Childs went on a group diving trip off the coast of southeast Queensland, Australia. The boat stopped roughly 35 miles or about 56 kilometers off the coast, and Jacob was the second to last person to dive. However, a minute after entering the water, the diving line slipped out of his hand. He thought he could swim back to the boat and start over, but as he got closer, he was shocked to realize the rope had been pulled in. And before he could think of what to do next, a strong current swept the ocean's surface and separated him from the boat. To make matters worse, the captain of the boat also sped off to go fishing while everyone was diving. By the time the other divers got back to the boat and realized Jacob was missing, he was already completely out of their view, leaving him stranded in the middle of the ocean 35 miles from the nearest piece of land.
Fuck no, bro. I ain't gonna lie. If I'm surviving that, bro, I owe everybody on that boat deserve a punch, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. You left, dude. You noticed he wasn't on a boat. Like, y'all didn't realize he wasn't on a boat no more. That is nah, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like, bro, look at him. He's stranded in the ocean, y'all. And it's sunset. The sun is going down, bro. He not about to see in an hour or in 30 minutes, bro. He not about to see. It's about to be pitch black out here, bro. Once you caught in that current, it's OV, bro. Facts, bro. It's crazy, bro. Bro. This is crazy,
That
dog.
said, the distance from land was the least of Jacob's worries at that moment. For starters, the water around him was nearly 20 degrees Celsius, which is about 68 degrees Fahrenheit. This wasn't nearly cold enough to make him freeze up and pass out immediately, but it was cold enough to slowly sap away his body heat, making him more susceptible to hypothermia and exhaustion with every passing minute. It was also late in the afternoon, and the sun was about to go down, meaning it was only going to get worse.
Bro, it's crazy because if y'all think about it, bro, like he just said, like the Celsius and like the 68 Fahrenheit, like it's enough to bring your body temperature down, which make you more fatigued. Like when I'll be watching movies, and I'll be like, bro, if I gotta stay floating for hours, bro, I'm gonna stay floating because I'm trying to survive, bro. It's really science and stuff behind it, bro. You get more fatigue, bro, just from the temperature of the water, bro. Like you're cooked, like bro, you get more fatigue, bro. Being in the ocean at night is a nightmare, bro. It's a nightmare. He about to go through a nightmare.
After a while, a rescue plane
Oh my gosh, bro.
flew above him twice, but it didn't see him. And this was while it was still bright, and the inflatable indicator was visible from quite a distance.
This shit scary. Like even seeing this right here, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't about to keep pausing it. But bro, even this right here, just seeing water just around you, bro. This shit is scary, dog.
He knew that once it got dark, his chances of being rescued would drop to almost zero.
The sun's going down. If the sun goes down, they won't do nothing. That's a wrap on old. I guess.
Unfortunately, there was nothing Jacob could do at that moment but wait and continue recording what possibly could be his last message to his family. Identifying the right direction and then swimming for over 35 miles would have been next to impossible. If he had taken it upon himself to try and reach the coast, he would have likely exhausted himself and drowned partway through. He did try to follow a fishing boat he saw in the distance, but quickly realized that he wouldn't be able to get close enough to get its attention, leaving him feeling dejected.
Bro, this is crazy, dog.
Way too far for me. It'll be like 15, 16 meters now.
That was some shit knowing you just saw an airplane and life is in danger. He did that little quick message talking about it's over for old Jakey, bro. I don't know how I would react right now, bro. I'd be praying. It's just only God coming out my mouth. I'm just talking about God, please help me. Help me. like, no, I'm praying on camera, bro. Like this, I ain't gonna lie, bro. You're like, Nothing else can save you right now. Only God can help you in this situation. Like only God can help you in this situation, y'all. No cap. He done.
Besides, swimming too far from his original location would have also reduced his chances of being saved, since rescue teams would no longer know where to look. As the sky got darker and the rescue plane failed to spot him multiple times,
Bro said maybe you can be like Jonah in the whale.
the frustration was beginning to set in.
Bro, if a whale swallowed, bro, I ain't gonna lie.
There's a rescue boat way over there. Helpful, but
The salty seawater was also making him extremely dehydrated, worsening his chance.
Did he survive through the night? No, I know it didn't get bright. Hold on. No. Rewind, y'all. Rewind. Because I know he ain't just survived through the night, bro. There's no way he didn't. They had to rewind the footage, bro. They don't eat humans, you'll get spit out? For real? So if you get swallowed by a whale in the middle of the ocean, they just gonna spit you out. But where would they spit you out? Are they gonna like swallow you? And then they're gonna take you down deep in the ocean? Down deep and then spit you out, bro? Because if that happened, bro, you're done too, bro. If that happened, you're done too. Because you're not swimming out of that, bro. You getting spit out and, bro. Yes, their throat is big enough for humans. I know, I believe that. But like, yeah, bro.
full, but
The salty seawater was also making him extremely dehydrated, worsening his
That's
chances
some of the reasons I don't
survival
like
by the
going
minute.
deep in the ocean.
However, Jacob was experienced enough to know that panicking or getting angry wouldn't do any good. The right thing to do was to stay put while exerting the least amount of effort. After drifting in the middle of nowhere for over 6 hours, he was finally spotted by a helicopter and brought to safety on a rescue boat. With the sun nearly below the horizon, he came dangerously close to losing his life that
Bro,
day.
God is good.
Fortunately, he was able to recover with no permanent injuries.
God is good. No injuries either, bro. Blessings, bro. That is crazy. Like right here, y'all.
Dangerously
It's the little light in the sky, bro. It's just like look at the sunset going down, dog. This is final. This is final ticking hours, bro. Like this is final shot clock cheese, bro. Like
close to losing
help
his
me.
life that day.
Look at that, bro.
Fortunately, he was
they
able to
found him.
recover with no permanent injuries.
Wow, bro.
On the 26th of May 2013, a group of 3 tugboats was trying to stabilize an oil tanker during a harsh storm nearly 20 miles or 32 kilometers off the coast of Nigeria. That's when one of the boats, named Jaskin 4, got hit by a massive rogue wave. This capsized the boat, causing it to sink rapidly and disappear below the water surface within seconds. The company behind this operation, West African Ventures, immediately set off a rescue mission. However, the harsh weather made any immediate rescue efforts near impossible. They eventually sent a helicopter to look for any survivors who managed to swim back to the surface. Unfortunately, even after a full day of searching, they didn't find a single member of the Jaskin 4's crew who was still alive. This left the company with no choice but to presume the crew deceased and begin a body recovery diving mission instead. The task of retrieving the remains was handed down to 6 saturation divers who were laying underwater oil pipes nearby. The only reason they were chosen for the task was because they were the closest to the site of the incident.
Right.
Still, it took them around a day to reach the site and begin looking for Jaskin 4. The harsh waves had shifted its position significantly from where it capsized, causing even more time lost before
Look
the
at the
retrieval mission
wave,
could
bro.
begin. Unfortunately, that was far from the only hurdle the rescue divers would face on this mission. Once they located the Jaskin 4 and dove down to it, they discovered that the boat had turned upside down. It was now resting on its primary mast, which could collapse at any time. Due to significant pirate activity in that area, all of the Jaskin 4's entrances were also locked shut, forcing the divers to use specialized underwater torches just to gain access. Sadly, their assumption turned out to be correct. By the afternoon of the 28th of May, 2 days after Jaskin 4 had sunk, the rescue team managed to recover the remains of 4 crew members. Though 2 were still missing. But just as all hope seemed lost, one of the divers, named Tony Walker, made an incredible discovery. For some context, Tony was being instructed on what to do by his supervisor, Colby Verrett, from the surface. Tony was also inhaling a gas mixture which was partially helium, making his voice higher. While looking around the upside-down boat, he came across what looked like a human hand. He assumed it belonged to yet another fallen crew member, But to his surprise, the hand moved and grabbed him back.
All right, so you should be walking on the ceiling, yeah? Okay. What's that? Okay. All right, you found one, yeah? He's alive. He's alive. Okay, keep him there. Keep him there. All right. Just.
He survived after a day.
Just hold him there, okay? Just keep him there. Oh, I don't know what we're gonna do. All right, just keep him there and keep him calm, okay?
Keep him there. I be freaking out. I'm like, get me out of here. Get me out of here, nigga. Like, he probably can't talk because he been out there. He probably exhausted, dog. He can probably only move his arm. Like, his legs probably numb. But, dog, like, if I hear the words, just keep him there, bro, I'll be pissed, bro. I'll be like, bro, I'm about to die, dog. Like, just, y'all found me, bro. That should be our first priority, bro.
All right, just reassure him. Pat him on the shoulder.
Reassure him? Bro, y'all don't get him out the water, bro.
Okay.
This was
Is that him?
21-year-old Harrison O'Kenny, a Jaskin Forest resident cook. After over 60 hours underwater, Harrison was somehow still alive. He also seemed quite aware of everything that was going on around
That's
him
him?
and remained calm to help the rescuers do their job. Apparently, Harrison was in the bathroom when the boat capsized. He tried to rush to the emergency latch, but water rushed in and trapped the crew inside. To his knowledge, Harrison was the only one who managed to survive after creating a makeshift indoor raft from plywood, cardboard, and a mattress. After finding him, rescuers gave him fresh water and a harness to keep him close. However, the divers knew they didn't have much time to plan a proper rescue mission. You see, the air pocket Harrison was in was about to run out, likely in less than an hour. Harrison could end up suffocating if they didn't act quick enough. On the other hand, they couldn't just strap him into a rope and pull him back to the surface. He had already spent over 2.5 days in an extremely high-pressure environment. Taking him to the surface too quickly could have caused decompression sickness, which in extreme cases can also be lethal. Fortunately, due to their job of installing underwater oil pipes, the divers were uniquely equipped to deal with these exact issues. More specifically, they had a pressurized diving bell attached to the vessel, which they put Harrison in after consulting a doctor. Had this been a standard diving crew with regular scuba gear, they wouldn't have had anything to keep Harrison alive. Once back on the surface, he also had to spend some more time in a decompression chamber to avoid decompression sickness, and was fairly okay after that. However, while he recovered physically, the mental trauma of being trapped in an upside-down boat on the ocean floor for over 2 days with no idea if anyone was coming to save him left him with PTSD, something he's still recovering from to this day.
Facts, bro. Yes, PTSD, bro. I mean, bro, that's only reasonable, bro. He was down there for 2.5 days, bro. Like, he went to the bathroom during the shift. The ship crashed. And he had to build a raft. And y'all know when, like, y'all underwater, bro, and y'all got an air pocket, it only lasts for so many, like, hours, bro. It lasted 2.5 hours. And he was down to his last hour, bro. Just imagine his mental state. Bro, I ain't gonna lie, like, that is crazy. He was on his last hour, bro, and they found him, bro. Once again, God, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Once again, God, bro. Like, he was down there for 2.5 days, bro. Like, that is crazy, bro. In the air pocket, like, I would have thought 60 hours, bro. I would have thought, like, I would have been ran out of oxygen, bro. And he had to maintain calmness too. Like, he had to be breathing normally. He had to, like, you know what I'm saying? Because if you like panicking, it's going to mess up your air. It's going to take away more of your oxygen. He had to be calm through that whole time, bro. I would have ran out of oxygen streaming. Facts. Like, I ain't going to lie. I probably would have ran out of oxygen too, bro. Yo, that is crazy.
On December 13, 2013, YouTuber Kodiak Thunder uploaded a video showing a near-death experience
This is a good video.
while diving. Unlike many other divers, Kodiak's motive wasn't to just dive as deep as he could or reach some underwater landmark. Instead, his diving sessions were more about catching fish and crustaceans by hand or with a spear gun. But while chasing a lobster, he swam too far into an underwater cave. He managed to catch the lobster he was after, but when he turned around, he had no idea how to get out.
That's what I'm talking about. Them tight spaces, y'all. He don't know how to get out. Them tight spaces, bro. You can't turn around properly, bro. You gotta back up. Like, bro, look how deep he's going. Like, he got lost. Look at him. He going through all these damn angles, bro. Going places where only lobster and crabs can go. Look, he don't know where to go. Oh my gosh, that no, bro. He freaking out, bro. He don't know where to go, and it's crazy because you don't know if you're going deeper or if you're going the right way or not. Wow.
Fortunately, after swimming around in the cave for a few minutes, he was able to find the exit and swim out without any trouble. However, this was incredibly lucky. The thing is, diving on its own is incredibly dangerous. A single distraction can quickly spiral into an irreversible tragedy.
Facts.
But unless they're very deep, divers at least have the option to just swim up to the surface and wait for rescue. Though not with cave diving.
Fucked up, I didn't
One
mean
of the
that.
primary
That was-
hazards
what
in a
you
cave
say?
is the environment itself. Unlike the open ocean, many underwater caves have floors covered in extremely fine silt. A poorly controlled fin kick, or even the exhaust bubbles from a regulator hitting the ceiling can dislodge this sediment. This creates a silt out, a condition where the water's visibility drops to absolute zero instantly. Divers' high-powered lights become useless, and in some extreme cases, the diver can't even see their own hands, let alone their surroundings. This also makes them unable to see their gauges or the guidelines. In short, they no longer know where they're going, where they're supposed to go, or whether they're getting the right gas mixture. At best, they can keep swimming and hope the cave is straight enough to eventually lead them away from the murky water. But if they can't monitor their gases, nitrogen poisoning can become a serious problem. It impairs both their cognitive and motor function, leaving them to take their final breaths in the cave unless someone is there to rescue them. Even then, rescue isn't always an option. Many underwater caves are extremely narrow, and with
Yeah.
tanks and other essential gear, navigating these tight spaces becomes even harder. In most cases, there isn't even enough room to turn around.
Bro, like look at this, y'all. What in your right mind will make you want to go through this tight space, bro? What in your mind, dog? Shout out to everybody. All that lobster and all that shellfish food y'all be eating, bro. Man, hey, the divers is the real MVPs, bro. Look what they been going through just to get food, bro.
So if one diver passes out, the others can get trapped behind them and lose their lives there as well. One of the most well-known cases of
Nah, picture diving down there with somebody and somebody passed out that's in front of you, and now you can't even get out of the cave because they passed out in front of you, bro. Like now you about to die too because they just passed out in front of you, bro. I ain't gonna lie, that's crazy, bro.
this exact scenario happened on February 6, 2014, when a team of 5 Finnish cavers visited Norway to go cave diving through
Facts,
Plura Cave.
facts.
All 5 of them were veteran cave divers and knew exactly what they were doing. They even had mapped out the exact route they planned to follow. However, as they were crossing the narrowest section of the
My fault, Cam. What would you do if you were in that situation? I saw the comment late, but I feel like you talking about if I was in a tight space. I don't think I would. I can't even imagine myself being in that situation because I would never do it. I'm not even gonna lie. But somehow somebody placed me in there. Like I would dead ass have to get placed in that situation, bro. Hypothetically, if it did happen, I'm putting my prayers up. I'm gonna try to find a way out. You know, I'm gonna try to find a way out. I don't know, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know.
cave,
I
the cylinder
don't
of
know.
one of the divers got stuck, preventing him from moving forward and blocking the others behind him. The chaos of the situation
I just
resulted
know I
in 2
wouldn't
of
be in
the
that
divers
situation, bro.
panicking, failing to monitor their gauges, and passing away within minutes. The other 3 barely made it out alive as well. One had to squeeze past the stuck diver by removing his gear and swimming the rest of the way, gasping for air from tiny pockets along the ceiling. The remaining 2 had to turn back and exit through the original entrance with almost no air left in their tanks. The fact that any of them made it out alive was nothing short of a miracle, highlighting the true horror of underwater cave diving. Because when things go even slightly wrong during a cave dive, even the most experienced and well-prepared divers can struggle to survive.
That's crazy, bro. Everything come with a cost, bro. Like you can't even cave dive. Like everything fun, bro. Got some type of damage that can happen or like some type of casualty, bro. Like fucking cave diving, y'all. That I ain't gonna lie, bro. That is so crazy. I bet they won't do it again. Facts. Bro, what? They ain't doing none of that again, bro. Hey, that's trauma, dog. Hey, the dude that got stranded with whatever crew he was with, he got stranded. First of all, the boat didn't even try to like really drive around and try to find him. You know, they probably sent that rescue chopper you know, to the area, but still, bro, that took so long. He not doing that again. He probably sticking with beaches, if that, and not hopping in the water. The black dude that was in the bathroom, he probably quit his job. He probably got a check. Cause I ain't gonna lie, he the only survivor. He probably got a fat check from whatever company he was working with. Had to. And if he didn't, bro, he talked to the wrong lawyers, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I would have lawyers on that, bro. Like, bro, I got PTSD. I'm scared to work. I'm afraid of water now. Like, bro, man, everything. You know what I mean? That's trauma. Um, who else? The dude that died, RP, marrying, trying to be engaged to his girl, to his wife shirt, whatever. That's crazy. Fell into a current probably. His wife probably never going like. Damn, I don't even know what to say. His girlfriend probably never going to touch water again. Bro, everything in this video is just trauma, bro. Hey, man. Crazy work, bro. Crazy work. Well, at least he died doing the righteous thing. Nah, facts. Facts, bro. Facts. Damn, bro. God bless, man.